There is a guy who is not afraid of the spotlight, not afraid of the camera, not afraid of challenges, man, and you met one tonight. You put it all on the line. I was so impressed all week, man. You didn't shy away from the fact that there's a lot of pressure. Everything's on this one. I'm rolling the dice. I'll live with the results. And now you're living with a heck of a result, man. How do you feel?
That's honestly, man, what I said right after the fight. Listen. That's what I said right after the fight. When I meant that from the bottom of my heart. Like, people don't understand in your day-to-day life, you go through adversity, you go through, you know, demons that you have to overcome yourself. And a lot of fighters like Rashad, DC, they've been through this. They were talking about it on screen, like having to get over that. But I put that pressure on myself this camp. I put that demon on my back because I was like, this is that to get over. And I don't give a I keep saying, oh, well, if you beat him once, it's still 3-1. 3 minus 1 is 2, and that's 2-time UFC middleweight champion. You already know.
Can you talk a little bit more, Izzy, about the demon? Because I feel like all of us, we watched, you know, the thrill and agony backstage scenes of your last fight, and we're like, man, this guy's handling it really, really, really well.
Bro. That's life. I've been through so much in my life, man. One day, you guys will see glimpses of it when I put it out there on the screen, you know. But I've been through worse things in my life. He's been through worse things in his life, you know. So you've never seen me, not once, even when I got in the UFC, on my Instagram bio, UFC fighter or UFC middleweight, or when I became champion, UFC, because I don't live and die by this. This is just one aspect of my life. This is forever, but it's one aspect of my life. I look forward to other things out of life. So this is not everything to me. It's everything right now, but in the grand scheme of things, you know this is not everything to me. But right now, tonight, it's everything.
Well, I know you're not attached to any singular result, and I know you don't fight for money, but you did win a performance bonus, so your bankroll's a little bit fatter with that.
Good.
But you seem to have an edge and a drive and a focus to you this week that was even heightened from the great champion we've seen prior. Is that fair?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I know I've hacked my body, I've hacked my mind, I've hacked my spirit. I've done things this week that I learned a lot about myself. I learned how to raise my testosterone, even just with my mind. I'll give those details later on Freestyle Banner on YouTube. Check it out, maybe. But, yeah, I've learned so much about myself, standing in front of the mirror, dancing with the shadow self. A lot of people like to shy away from their shadow self. They don't want to dive into that, but I learned to stand there and own it because it's part of me. You know, a lot of people try and say, I'm such a, you know, you're not virtuous, you're not innocent. Everyone, there's no good or bad people. People are just capable of great good or great evil. And tonight, I had to get to that dark side and show him the evil side of me. Get to the dark side so I can show him the light. And he saw the light. He went towards the light.
That moment where you landed the big shots against the fence, what do you think enables that? Is that your fight IQ? Is that experience? Is that just big champions rise in special moments? Like, what do you think is the single greatest thing that just led to that?
Vomit on the spit already. Mom Spaghetti is nervous. Bro, my 8 Mile moment. I told y'all, you only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. And, man, when it was my shot, I landed that, man, and I did it again. Boom. And I see him hit the ground. And I thought about George Foreman versus Ali because Engage, my fightwear brand, just signed with the Ali Foundation. And something in my head prior to this fight was like, if I have that moment, should I hold back like Ali did with George Foreman, the Phantom Punch? But I was like, nah. He wouldn't do the same to me, so I sent that from heaven, and I just landed on his head.
I think that's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
So you had a great energy when you went back to Eugene Behrman at the end of round 1. You said it went quickly. Yeah, a great
round 1 was
kinship
just
between
like,
you two. Right.
I think it was, what's his name, Teddy Atlas. That speech came up on my gram a few times on Twitter this week, you know, with him and, what's his name? I can't remember his name now. It was talking about firemen. Yeah, we're firemen. Like, if you stay focused, the rounds go by. So round 1, I was like, is that it?
Right.
I was focused. Bro, my mantras this week was on, man. Self-affirmations, like positive self-affirmations. My PSAs was on this week. My positive self-talk. I told you, I know how to hack my mind, body, and spirit, man. And there's more ways. There's levels to this. There's levels to this. And I just hit another level.
Yeah, I mean, I do want to ask you, is that just the biggest adjustment? Did you feel like when you left the arena in November that I know exactly what I have to do to beat this guy, and how much of it was just here? Like, or was it some things to work on in the gym?
Every time I fought this guy, last time I fought him, I let him breathe. I let him recover. That was my mistake. I thought maybe when I get into the later rounds, I'll have the advantage, and that was the one mistake I made. And I own up to those mistakes, and I address them, and I accept them. But this time, I was like, I'm not going to let him breathe. And he wasn't used to it. He wasn't used to me hunting him down. I told y'all, in every sense of the word, go back to what I said, in every sense of the word, I'm going to hunt him down. And I hunted him down. And then when it was time, I set the trap. I set the trap on him, and he thought like, oh, I see the holes in this game. But when you dive in that hole, you don't realize it's not a hole, it's a trap. And then you're in a genjutsu, and you're stuck, you can't get out. And before you do, oh, what happened? You're waking up to the lights. Show them the light.
Your words were prophetic. Your celebration was unbelievable. And this win, this highlight is going to withstand the test of time, but maybe even more so. Your post-fight speech, your ability to orate on the fly like that, man, just an incredible speech to the masses.
From the heart, man, because right now people don't do that anymore. People are too scared of what people might say. I don't want to get canceled or whatever, but all that. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Trust me. I believed in myself. And thank you to everybody that believed in me as well. Bless you. Mwah. I love you.
You know, Izzy, I almost hate to ask you about, what's next, because I want you to relish in this moment.
This is right now. There's no yesterday. There's no tomorrow. All we have is right now. And right now, I'm going to get the out of here. Press conference. Sorry, Mickey Mouse. And then Miami. I'll see you at 11 for the after party. Because I've been a good boy, but now it's time to be a bad boy.
One final thing, though, and yes, the future doesn't exist. Not talking, in a sense we are, but does it feel done with Alex? Does this feel, it feels done?
He's going up to 205 after this. He's going up to 205. It's done. He's beat me. He's knocked me out in the UFC. Cool. I mean, the worst has happened. Now I've done the same to him. It's not even. It's like, whatever. Like, there's no, I told you, I don't keep score. I settle them. And tonight, the score is settled.
Thank you so much, Izzy. Congratulations, man.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.